Hello, fans and friends. We're going to fire up and rebias this Sony STR-D2010. I got to look up and see how many watts this is, but I think this is like 1988, maybe 87, maybe 89. This is one of the first digital receivers, and I mean that. Like back in the late 80s. If you were one of the few that had a digital CD player with a digital optical out or coaxial out, this is the receiver that would support it. So somebody spent a lot of money on this thing. The biasing here, I printed out something from the service manual. Looks like it's pretty straightforward, but Sony's are kind of hard to get at. So let's see actually what it looks like inside, because those are the connectors 1 through 4, and there's 2 potentiometers. Let's see how this is. And this is one that we adjust the bias within 30 seconds after turning on. So I'd rather do this in a cold state than an on state. And this has been sitting since last night because I did actually run it last night, but I didn't bias it. So let me go ahead and open this up and let's see what we got going on. Okay, down there I have that computer fan connector connected, and I've got the 2 leads I'm testing connected to my voltmeter set to milliamps, and we want this to be at 0.1 within 30 seconds, and this is going to be the adjuster that's down below here. So let's turn this on. It is on, and now let's give it 30 seconds. I'm going to look at my at the timer here as I'm recording. So we're about 10 seconds now. Okay, it's still not moving up, and I know it's connected. We're at about 15. Okay, we're going to be approaching 30 seconds. I have a feeling this is very low or it's off. So let me go ahead and put the screwdriver in and let's adjust this now up. There we go, just a little bit. Okay, 0.3. Let's get this to 0.1. There we go. So now that is adjusted. It's at 30 seconds. We're at 0.1, and it does say it's going to increase as time goes up. So 0.2 is fine, but we did it within 30 seconds. Let me go ahead and switch the wires, and let's do the other channel. I'm going to give this 5 minutes to cool down as well. Okay, I have the other channel connected. I also put the screwdriver in place, so it's right there. You know, if you're going to do this, you may want to be a little bit more careful. I'm just making sure that nothing's touching, so I have this paper as an insulator, and I know my threshold's good enough. So this should also, we're going to give this about 30 seconds, and we should be at 0.1. Okay, it's turned on, and we're at 0. Also, we got the speakers turned off. We have an input to like a null input where there's nothing, and I got the volume down. Okay, we were about 10 seconds in. We're at 0.1. So it's actually crept up to 0.1 in 10 seconds. We're now at about 15. I would say 20. It's up to 2. Let's go ahead and let's move this down to 0.1 right now and be done with it. Okay. There we go. Close enough. It's been about 30 seconds, and it says it will increase as time passes. There you go. It just went up to 0.2. So my assessment was the one channel was a little bit weaker, probably. The other one was just a little hotter. This may not even make a big difference in the end game of things here, but the fact is we are now within spec based on the instructions. So let me go ahead and remove all this and put it back together, and we're going to really crank it up. Put this back together, and I can confirm it's working really well. It was working fine before, but again, now that we're biased properly, at least I feel like we're within the spec that it should be operating in. Now, this is the real fun highlight, I guess, for me. I bought this Technics CD player in 1988 or 89. I was like 16 years old, and I bought one with an optical output. I will be completely honest, I did try this before the video, but I have never used the optical output on this before, and so I'm matching it up with the optical in here, and sure enough, look at that. It recognizes the sampling frequency as 44.1. I can choose between digital and coax, and it doesn't look like I can change the sampling frequency here. It's probably built in already here. So let's go ahead and put a disc in. And so we're playing now late 80s digital, true digital from the CD player into the receiver. So it's working. Not only is this working, which I've never used it for the optical out before, but I've also confirmed that it's working here, and amp seems fine. So this will be our amp for tonight we'll be using.